afternoon, I placed this class of horsemanship 1, 3, 2, and 4. 1 easily comes to the top of today's class as she is the most elegant and correct rider in the class. The rider on the bay with 2 hind socks presented the most desirable picture of a horse and rider working together in unison, as she was a more effective rider who showed her horse to its fullest potential. This rider sat taller in the saddle, holding her head higher while looking straighter between the horse's ears. She had a deeper seat in the saddle and maintained a more correct line from her shoulder through her hip all the way down to her heel. Overall, she was a stronger, more capable, and confident rider who completed the pattern with more precision. I do recognize that this rider had more trouble when asking her horse to back. However, she showed persistence and completed the correct number of steps. In my middle pair of 2 riders who continuously looked down during their pattern, I opted to place 3 over 2, as this rider on the bay with a right hind sock showed more potential as a rider. She was quieter and more sympathetic with her hands, holding them in a more effective position, maintaining a straighter line from her elbow to the bit. She sat up and deeper in the saddle when asking the horse to back, using her seat to guide the horse backwards. I do recognize that this horse was poor in her posture overall, holding her shoulders forward and lacked steadiness in her core during the lope. I grade that 2 holds more weight in her stirrups, having a more desirable angle in her ankle, allowing her to hold her heels down while using them more discreetly. Coming to my bottom pair of the least confident riders in the class, and 2 riders who are the least correct in their positions, it is 2 that places above 4. 2, the rider on the sorrel with the flaxen mane and tail had a more correct bend to her knee, holding her lower leg closer to the horse. However, this rider sits too far forward in her posture, leaning in her upper body during the entire pattern. In addition, she continuously looked down and held her hands wide and low. Finally, 4 comes to the bottom of today's class, as she was simply the most unsteady rider in her arms, seat, core, and legs. The rider in blue on the gray gelding leans down into her circle around cone C, which causes her to drop her inside shoulder and become off balance in her position. This rider rode with a looser rein, which caused her to lack control when asking the horse to back at the end of the pattern. Overall, she was the poorest rider in the class. It is for these reasons that I place this class of horsemanship 1, 3, 2, and 4.